tell me a bit about do you identify yourself as an anthropologist?
I do. I think anthropology is such a big, vast field. In many respects, I identify anthropology around me. So rather than me identify as an anthropologist, I say, well, anthropology is a discipline. I am at the heart of it. I did the classic village study. I lived in a village for a long time. I go back to that same village over and over and over. And that is really, kind of from the early days of anthropology, what we did. Today, of course, there are many anthropologists who don't do anything like that. There are anthropologists who study artificial intelligence, who study social media, who study modern political movements in cities. They don't necessarily spend a year wearing the clothes of the people that they live with and eating only their food. They don't necessarily do that, living in the houses of the people that I pity my poor family in Punjab. They're lovely. They've never ever made me feel unwelcome, but I don't think they expected me to stay as long as I did. I don't think they expected me to be quite as disruptive or invasive as I was. I ask lots of, by local standards, pretty inappropriate questions because I didn't know what was inappropriate or appropriate. Asking questions about honor killings, asking questions about brother-sister relations, about husband-wife relationships, which I didn't think were bad, but you can tell by the kind of the shift in tension in the room, oh, this is maybe not a good question to ask. And then with the people that you really know well, you ask them privately. I asked that person about, his sisters. Why did he get so upset? Why did he get so angry? And then they explained to me, there are tensions here that you're not aware of. And so this is one of the reasons anthropologists spend a lot of time in the field is you often don't realize what you shouldn't ask, what you shouldn't do, what you shouldn't say until you do it. And then people kind of, they straighten you out. They do say to you, don't ask that. That's a rude question. Don't do that. And you have to be sensitive to that. But there's no better way of learning than by making a mistake. And hopefully mistakes never hurt people, but they can be embarrassing sometimes.